Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? Hey guys. How the hell are you? Happy Friday. Just getting situated here. I thought I'd have all this time, and I didn't. Time was fleeting. You know how that song goes. Happy Friday. We're going to be playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure this morning, whatever time it is. I'm all twisted now. We're going to be doing Creation Kit stuff today. I'm really tired. Just a fair warning, you guys that are showing up. I'm extremely tired. I didn't plan on getting up as early as I did. Catch up and chat here. Cinnabis, John Wick, Danny Miller, and Invoker Gray. How you guys doing? I had Friday off. It wasn't exactly by choice, Cinnabis. Here's the deal. They're doing work in the building that I work in, doing some major electrical shenanigans, and the power is going to be shut off for basically half the day. No lights, no network, no computers, and it kind of makes it hard to do any work when your job involves being on a computer all day. So rather than give everybody the day off, my benevolent employers decided to say, well, you can do online training in the morning and then come in the afternoon when the power comes back on. I'm like, no, I'm staying home. I'm taking the day off. Kind of like Eric Cartman. Screw you guys. I'm staying home. So here we are. I decided to do a morning stream because I don't think I've ever done a morning stream. Definitely never done a morning stream during the week. And I know there's people in other parts of the planet that never get to see a stream live. And I don't know if this is going to be all that exciting for people that don't care about the Creation Kit, but I'm in the mood to work on a mod and just chill. Not really in the mood to play a game and try and be entertaining. So I'm just going to be a tired, brainless idiot. And you guys can watch me poke around and do this stuff. So I hope that's okay. But yeah, and the stable genius that I am, I never set my alarm. I never disabled my alarm yesterday. So I stayed up late last night working on this project, thinking I would sleep in this morning, but oh no, because I'm a stable genius, my alarm went off at 5:30 this morning like it normally does, and that was that. I was up, wide awake. So I'm extremely brain dead right now, but we're going to try and carry on with it. So what we're going to do today, this is, you probably guessed, is my Commonwealth Underworld mod, which I've been working on, oh god, it seems like forever. Still going to be working on it for forever. And I actually meant to get this file open here. Bear with me while I get Illustrator open and show you guys the roadmap, because that seems to be the industry buzzword these days, is roadmap. Kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on here. So this is a rough layout of all the cells I've got planned. Well, not all of them, because things that are just text here lead off from larger cells. Long story short, I've got about 40 cells going right now. I actually just made another one last night. I decided to split off a larger one into two. So it just keeps growing and growing. The yellow boxes indicate cells that I have yet to actually do. I mean, they're cells. They have walls, floors, ceilings, and load doors, but that's it. Very rudimentary. Like they're just there. The green ones are the most fleshed out. They have everything done except the optimization. And this blue one here is the one we're going to be working on today, the unfinished access tunnels. The plan for today is to add some NPCs, some enemies to this. Show you guys how to set up ambush markers and patrol markers and all that jazz. And the beauty of pack-ins, which are hella time savers. And then go and do some testing. It really shouldn't take long to do what I have planned, so I'm not sure how long we're going to stream for, but we'll just get on with it. So yeah, this is basically a roadmap of the cell, or a roadmap of the cells in the project. And as you can see, I got a long way to go. These three are essentially finished, other than being optimized. And all the yellow ones I have not yet touched, other than actually just throwing cells together and having them exist. So that is that. And let's see. So this is a cell. It's basically going to be called the unfinished access tunnels. It is another one of the cells I'm basing off of World of Pain. There's a cell in that, I think it's called the incomplete sector or something like that. It's kind of a mishmash of that A couple ideas I saw from Fallout 3. It's you know, it's a hybrid, and we don't need all these layers on here. So I am going to turn off. I have my palettes or layers palette over on the other monitor, because if you guys ever worked in the CK, you know that palettes and toolbars. Oh my, second monitor really helps. I'm actually looking at getting a third for streaming, just for OBS and the chat window and all that stuff. I need a bigger desk, though. I'm working on getting a bigger desk. I have a third monitor just sitting around doing nothing but collecting dust. So that'll be a big help. So I can't see OBS right now. Whoops, I don't want to do that. Nope, I don't want to remove a reference. I can't really see OBS right now because of all the creation kit windows, which is why I want to get a third monitor. So I can't really tell, other than looking at my laptop, if I'm actually streaming or not. So we're going to turn off the black planes. For you guys that don't know, black planes will hide areas from the local map on the Pip-Boy. So if you have an area, like if you have a wall, you put some clutter and debris on the floor and it clips out from the other side, you don't want that to show up on the local map, you can put a black plane over that and it'll kind of clean that up. If you have like a secret area that you don't want the player to be able to see, you can use it for that. They're pretty useful for that. So we don't need the black layers. The black planes layer. I don't need my effects layer, so we'll turn that off. I definitely don't need the light boxes or the where are we? My audio markers. Turn those off. What else we got here? NPC triggers. We'll turn those off, and that pretty much leaves us with the basics. Now, this is actually a pretty large cell. There's a lot going on here. I've already have a few enemies set up here. Kind of go over that in a minute here. I do need to do a little nav meshing. I actually added this section on this morning, and again, being the stable genius that I am, I completely forgot to nav mesh this section of it here. And I did a test stream earlier just to make sure everything was working. I couldn't figure out why Piper and Dogmeat weren't following me past here. That's where the nav mesh is here. Where the nav mesh ends, that's where the cell originally ended, but I added this stretch on this morning. Completely forgot to nav mesh it, so we'll be doing that. Let's see. Gandhi Ace. Hey. I see you making this. Oh yeah, I've been making this mod. It's pretty much been my existence other than work. You know, holidays and stuff. Took a little break from it, but I'm trying to get back into it. But yeah, thanks for stopping in. We're gonna do a little bit of nav meshing first, but then after we do that, that won't take very long. I'll probably jump in, do a quick test. I want to test that out, make sure that that works. I have a save with Piper and Dogmeat in the adjacent cell. But once we get the nav meshing taken care of, we'll go in and add some NPCs, some enemies. I already have some in here. In this area over here, I've got some mole rats. In this section back here, this abandoned lab area, there's going to be some rad roaches. And right now, I've got a couple, I think there's 3 turrets. 3 gunner turrets back over in this area. So we'll be adding some gunners over in this section here. And in the main area of the cave, I want to add some rad scorpions. So we're going to have an entire little ecosystem in this cell. Mole rats, rad roaches, rad scorpions, and gunners all living side by side in peace and harmony. Or not. Cinepus says, made the switch to Windows 10 before the deadline. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Fallout 4 works fine on it so far, at least. Yeah, I actually was surprised at how trouble-free Windows 10 has been for me. There's some nagging things. Like, they've broken a few things, game-wise. Like, the stutter remover for both Fallout 3 and New Vegas completely broke it with one of the Windows 10 updates. So, that's a thing. But I'm actually kind of impressed with how much better Windows 10 has gotten. Windows 10 is over the previous iterations of Windows 8. I used to be a Mac fanboy. I grew up using Macs. And then I switched to Linux, probably about 3 or 4 years ago. It was before I started modding. And only using Windows because of the modding and the video stuff that I do. Otherwise, I'd probably still be tinkering with Linux on a daily basis. So yeah, let's just get where the hell am I here? All right, let's do that bit of nav meshing first. So, oh yeah, the black planes. See how I've got this little bit of debris sticking out here? It's a debris decal that I put on here. Well, I didn't want it taking up the whole space of the hallway here, so I kind of have it under the wall, and you'll see this in vanilla cells all the time. You look at your local map on the Pip-Boy, you'll see this crap hanging out from the wall here. So those black planes, let me turn those back on. Now you can kind of see anything below the black planes will be hidden. So usually what I'll do is I'll come in and they're in the filter. They're in the statics. So if you just put filter for black, come into static, grab the black plane, you just throw it in the cell, and that's all you do. You just kind of drag it where you want it. And I usually just bring them up, way up, out of the way. I mean, that's kind of how Bethesda does it. If you look in, like, the Mechanist layer has a whole bunch of these, and they just drag them up, because anything below those is what's going to be hidden. I think I've never tried to see what happens if you put it below. I don't think it hides things if you put them below, although I've never actually tried that. So I might be incorrect on that. Don't listen to anything I say, especially today. I'm so brain dead it's not funny. So let's just do a little bit of nav meshing. I think that's what we did the last time we did a CK stream, but it won't be the whole stream like it was last time around. But yeah, Cinnabons, I'm actually impressed with how truly plug-and-play Windows 10 has been. It's much, much better than 7 used to be for finding drivers. Although, experience tells me that, especially for graphics drivers, don't use the one that Windows 10 wants to install for you. If you like the NVIDIA drivers, go to the NVIDIA site and get them. Same thing for printers and scanners or anything like that. If it's something that's new, if you know there's an update to something, don't let Windows 10 install that driver for you. Just go to the manufacturer site and get it yourself. That way you get the latest, greatest. It's kind of what I used to do with Linux and video drivers. The ones that were in the repositories were almost never up to date. They were always a little bit behind because they want to do the testing and everything. I get that, but if you want the bleeding edge stuff, you're better off going to the manufacturer site and getting it yourself. Reinstall Fraps because it kept giving DirectX error, reinstall error, stopped happening. I've never used Fraps. I know a lot of people swear by it, but I've never actually tinkered with it. It's one of those things I know I should probably play around with. I just never get the time to play with that kind of stuff. Alright, so luckily there's not a whole lot of nav meshing here. And then I want to go and test it. Make sure that Pipper and Doge Meat follow me in here. Or all the way down here and into the next cell. Okay, this is the load door here, so we don't have to worry too much about being too exact with things. Actually, that's probably good there. I am going to add a little bit of a... in that corner there, just for a little bit. Fine with multiple companions. It helps to have a little bit extra space for everybody to teleport in. Now, if I go and finalize this, you always want to finalize the nav mesh. Problems that people often have with their mods, if they don't finalize the nav mesh, once you're done, you want to click this little checkbox here, and where your load door markers are, you should see this turn yellow. If I go and turn on my markers here, this is the door marker. This is where you teleport, or actually not teleport to. When you teleport from the adjacent cell, this is where your character should end up. If you don't finalize your nav mesh, your companions will probably not follow you into the cell. You always want to finalize that. That's a problem that's a thing that's... It's very easy to forget that. Very easy. But if you have the nav mesh turned on, you don't see this yellow... this one nav mesh triangle turn yellow, then you know you haven't finalized everything. Let's see. Use it for screenshots sometimes. It has FPS overlay. Yeah, I just use the Steam thing. I have it set to... I have the Steam screenshot thing set to do ping files with their lossless. I know a lot of people say they have issues performance-wise with the Steam overlay on. This is how brain dead I am. The Stream overlay, I've never had a problem with it. I've never disabled it, and I've never had a problem with it. But I do know it is a performance issue for some people. Hey, Brad, how you doing? Creation Kit. Oh, the horrors. I know. It was either this or Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and I chose this. So, yes, the horrors. All right, so that was all I wanted to do for nav meshing. So we should now have this set here. Now, one thing, actually, I'm going to shut this marker off here. Don't need these on. I think one thing I wanted to show you guys the last time around, and we talked about it, I don't think we ever did it, was doing a nav mesh test. And this is a way that you can... Where are we here? Nav mesh test mode. Is this what I want? I don't use it very often. I know it's one of these here. Just give me a second. There we go. Test nav mesh. So this is a way you can test for how an NPC is going to path without actually having to go in game and try it out. So what we'll do with your nav mesh act, you just come into this little thing with the 3 buttons that says test nav mesh. There's probably a keyboard shortcut for it, but I don't know what it is. Let's see. Choose actor. A good bet is always Piper or Elder Maxon. I think Elder Maxon's one of the top ones. No, some people use Elder Maxon. We'll just use Piper. Because, so you select Piper, and then you come here and you... Oh, am I not doing this right? Yeah. So you select a start point and an end point, and it'll give you the coordinates. And if everything is green, that means your nav meshing is good. So we can probably start here, and then come back over here. And it shows you the path that they should take. Now that, I don't know if that takes into account if you do something like the preferred pathing, which I've never actually played around with. I may actually do that in this cell, though. I haven't decided yet. If it turns yellow, that means they're not going to... They may have some issues. They may not. There's actual... I think there's terminology on the CK Wiki that tells you what the colors mean. Basically, you want it green. The short of it is you want it green. Anything other than green, you got some issues. It could be like in another cell that I've worked on. If I tried testing Mirelurks, because there's Mirelurks in this cell, I don't think there's enough clearance for them to go certain paths, and that turns yellow. I think that means like the nav meshing's fine, but that particular NPC may have issues. Because I've noticed that they don't follow me down that one path because I think it's just too narrow for them. So that kind of, since we're going to be using rad scorpions, let's see if we can do, we'll just do, where's our leveled rad scorpion? Because that's pretty much what we'll be using. So we'll start here, and this is actually going to do what I want. Yeah. And then if I wanted to start, say, over here, and have them come over here. Yep, so they should go fine. So we are going to be adding some red scorpions here. So I remember I did mention doing the pathing test, and I don't use it a whole lot myself, but it's something I probably should start doing more. Up until now, I've basically just been worried about companions, and they're really easy to test because they pretty much all path the same. But when you start mixing different races and whatnot into the same cell, it's probably a good idea to start testing Navmesh with this little handy-dandy little tool there. Let me just finalize that again. We'll save. So let's jump into the game. I have a save right outside this cell, and I can show you guys what I've got done so far. We'll test the nav meshing we just did, and then we'll go and add some more beasties into this thing. Just give me 1 second to switch over to the game. We'll be right back. Okay, should get the game here momentarily. Dogme will just stand in the way anyway, exactly. It's in his job description. Okay, ENB. is working. Here we go. We have a game. Yay. Alright, so I have... Oh, I don't have my textures on. That's fine. The save, I have all my texture packs active, and I don't currently don't have them. Or my classic Fallout music mod. That's fine. When I'm working on the cell, I tend to want to see how it's going to look with vanilla textures before I go messing around with my modded textures. So there's Pipper and Doge meat, and we've already kind of dispatched the denizens of this cell, which later on we'll probably go back and I'll give you guys a run through that cell. We'll go test that out because I actually did make some AI changes to some of the NPCs in that. Change their AI package. So I want to go test that out again. Come on, Piper. We got stuff to do. Get over here. All right, so head on to the next cell here. And just to give you, this is the vanilla lighting, which, as dark as I'm making these cells, this shit is just way too bright. I don't know why vanilla lighting sucks so bad, but every cell in the game is just overly lit. At least for my liking. I can't stand how bright this is. Maybe some people like it, but turn my ENB back on because I like it dark. Caves and dingy cells should be nice and dark and hard to see in. So they pathing through here fine. I've already gone through and tested all this already. What the hell was I going to say? Oh yeah, the lighting. Like in USAF Olivia, you first staircase you walk down, Piper makes it, or not just Piper, but she's the one I've been in there most recently with, makes a comment on how dark it is, and it's like one of the brightest cells I've ever seen in the game. It's ridiculous. But this is how it should be. It should be almost pitch black. And as it is, this is the vanilla lighting here. So I'm definitely going to recommend that people use ENB or something that darkens your game. So there's our happy little mole rat. That's the first one.
Can you even see where we're going?
He has, there's 3. We'll just kind of let him do his thing here. Aw, isn't he cute? There's 3 patrol markers set up there for him, so he just kind of goes back and forth between the 3 of them. But let's get him out of the way.
I wonder if this is normal for other journalists.
Okay. So there's that one. And I just want to make sure that there should be a comment marker in here. I want to see if Piper triggers it. So we do have this poor deceased Minuteman. Found his way down here somehow. Piper, get over here. No? Get over here, Piper. Come and do your dialogue marker.
Hey.
You say the word.
Over here.
Of course.
Let's see if she, if it triggers.
What on earth could someone have done
There
to
we go.
deserve this?
Alright. Thank you, Pipper. We have a little bit of water. Generators with... Oh! Yeah, we have this one that down here that's aggroed now. Where'd you go? There you are. Oh! Hello. Oh, I'm getting shoot on. Holy crap.
My arm.
There should be one more. Yep, there we go.
You see that?
Yep. Alright. So that was interesting.
Where is
Oh,
everyone?
I love dark cells. Okay, so we have... Hey, no problem, John. Appreciate you stopping in. I'm not sure how long we'll be on for, but if we're still here, we'll see you then. Okay. So yep, this is just a little cell here. And yeah, there's this Piper mentioned where all the people are. Well, here's a guy here, looks freshly chewed on with a militia hat and a pipe rifle. So I guess you can kind of figure out who he used to be. One of the things I want to do with this is kind of replicate some of the stuff from New Vegas and 3. And New Vegas, they had these really cool, like these water crates, these wooden crates. I've kind of just made some static collections of those to simulate those. They're not exact, but they're pretty damn close. Those had, like, barrels in them. New Vegas had those all over the place. They're supposed to be like water barrels. Alright, so let's just go test that Navmesh first, and then we'll fully go through the cell. Once we come down here, just give you guys a run through of this area first. Very quickly. So that there's this pond area here.
This place could use cover.
Let's turn on the vanilla lighting. You can see the difference. It's still kind of dingy and dark, but it's just way too bright for me. So we've got the ENB back on. But I'm still tweaking a few things here and there, but there's like this little area back here, storage area. You'll have to have expert lock. That might be leveled.
I guess this place doesn't get a whole heck of a lot of foot traffic.
No, it doesn't, Piper. Actually, no, that is an expert lock. Oh, got some rads over here someplace. And this will be the next cell I work on, the workers' dorm. It's just a tiny little...
decorate this place?
Little, kind of like a little offshoot cell there. It's not going to be very big. Nothing like this one. So that we'll end up putting the rad scorpions over here. I'm not going to put a whole lot of them, but we'll put a few. And then should have, yep, there's a deceased gunner over here. So everybody living side by side in harmony. And this tunnel here is kind of a lead into the next cell.
Blue, something's not right here.
These tunnels are kind of going to be part of the backstory for at least this part of the mod, this area of it. Which I'm not going to give away the spoilers. Not that it's anything special, but there is going to be kind of a backstory to what places like this are and why they were being built. So then this should be... Yeah, this is an advanced lock. This lock I think I made leveled.
That's
So depending on what your lockpick skills are is going to determine what it actually is. So make sure... Uh-oh. Make sure that works. And it does. So we had the grenade bouquet and the rifle trap. Just got some stuff over there. And oh boy, what do we got here?
Blue, we're not alone. Hey! They're here! Hey, something's out there.
What level is this character anyway? Okay, level 10. This is just a test character that I started, I don't save ages ago. Just a fresh out of Vault 111. No mods installed, and this is, I just start off with that save. Where the hell is it back here? Yeah, just started off with the save here, and just kind of went and recruited Piper. Got the Doge, just for testing. And I've reused this character for testing so many times, just because it's nice to have a fresh save with no mods installed to make sure things work the way they should. So this is the area we're going to have, gunners are going to have a little base back here.
That's one way to keep out uninvited guests.
And they're going to actually have a camping stove. So there'll be an actual cook station back here. I've got a chem station. I think it's a weapons workbench in another part of the cell. Dogme already tweeted out the storyline. Well, that he's fired then. Yeah, see, he was one of the beta testers on the public test server, and yeah, he broke his NDA. He thought NDA meant no dogs allowed, and got a little confused with that. So this is which is this area here, and then we go into this utility hall here. So this is actually where we did the nav meshing. I want to go and test this out. So there's just some odds and ends in here. Loot trunk. The wonderful
a bunch of junk.
old school utility doors from Khalib Gaddafi. Thank you again for those, sir. We got a turret.
What was that?
So this is where we need to make sure that everybody... Doge Meat's already following me down when we're just Navmesh, so that seems to be working. Come on, Pipper. You mean to tell me that this is in your way? Seriously. She couldn't get past the machine gun turret ruins. Really? Alright, yep, nav meshing seems to work.
Hey, you ever wonder... Oh, jeez. Sorry. Quiet here.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I moved her comment marker there. So this is eventually going to be locked. You'll need a password to get in here, but for now, we'll, I just want to make sure that the cell transitions work with the new nav meshing, and then we'll... we got 2 of them. 1, 2. Let's head back in. Beta test. Yep, beautiful. That's what we want. Cool. Come on, gang. Let's go. Let's make sure you guys all walk back this way. This dog meat sends the turret part flying. Yep. All right. Cool. Nav meshing seems to work. So let's get rid of these saves here because I don't want these. And nope, that's the one we want. Hey, Adam Katz Rule, how you doing? Oh, let me switch back sources here. I just I forgot. I have 2 different sources for the game and for the desktop. The game performs much better when I do the full screen capture of it. So we're back in the CK now. So that was just the nav mesh test. We will let me just change my... Just adjust the chat window here. I switch back into the CK and it covers up like the last lower third. The wonderful warnings tab. Warnings palette. If you guys that use the CK know what a pain in the ass this thing is, while I have it shoved off to the side here. But when I jump back into the CK, it covers up 3/4 of the chat window. So just adjust the chat a little bit. Capital Wasteland team released a workshop mod with a lot of their assets. Yes, they did. And I will never use it for building because I don't. But damn, that stuff's cool. What I did do was I extracted their cool little old school toolbox, and I am replacing all of the stupid red toolboxes from Fallout 4 with theirs, with their old Fallout 3 ones. So when I go into my game, all the red toolboxes are now those. It is glorious. I thought about doing the teddy bears because they had the old school teddy bears, but then I thought that there's all those cool little scenes with the Bethesda teddy bears, which I really like. I like those a lot. Those are going to be completely broken because the physics on them and just the meshes are so different. Those would probably break. They may cause some display issues, so I just left the teddy bears, but I actually like theirs better. But I do really like the little storytelling that Bethesda did with all the teddy bears. I get a big kick out of that. Well, I think I need to take a quick break and get some more coffee. Yep, coffee is empty, so just bear with me 1 second, guys. I can get a fresh cup, run it through the microwave, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think we're back. Okay, yep. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I got distracted by doing other things here. So what I did, I just went back into, and activated that plugin that I made that replaces all the toolbox, because I think I have some toolboxes in this cell, or the next one we'll go look at. I can show you guys how those Capital Wasteland toolboxes actually look in the game. They look pretty cool. Oh yeah, there's actually a toolbox right back over there I can see. It's pretty easy to do if that's something you guys want to do on your own, but it's not the kind of thing you can, obviously, you can't post it, you can't share it, because you're using somebody else's assets. But if you want to replace those stupid red toolboxes, it's very easy to do. Hey, I just saw Joel Flake showing their Commonwealth Overworld, explore the streets of Boston. Yeah, that's a good idea for a game, don't you think? Somebody should do a game on that. That would be awesome. Okay. How you doing, Joel? So, where were we? Alright, I think we're probably ready to start doing what we came here to do, and that's adding some enemies. So, I'm going to make a new layer here. Let me actually, so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll bring my layers palette over. Now, anything that special that I'm going to add to a cell, I tend to, anything that's basically not clutter, floor, walls, ceiling, I tend to put on its own layer, just to make it easier. If I want to disable something to get in and work on an area, like all the fog effects I have on their own layer. Lights, all the light sources are on their own layer. Light boxes, you definitely, the fog effects especially. Like if you ever looked at a vanilla cell and you turn on the markers, actually I don't have those visible. All those black red crosses are all the fog and dust and whatever, and there's a buttload of them in here. And if you're editing a vanilla cell, it's really easy, it's almost impossible to not hit one of these things, and next thing you know, you got a dirty edit. So if you're going to take a look or edit a vanilla cell, always turn those off, and you're probably even going to want to freeze it. But I don't care. But vanilla cells, anything that you're not actively working on, you want to freeze, and I recommend making a new layer with only your changes on it, and locking and hiding all the other stuff so that you can't mess around with it. Someone should do a game well with that concept. Yeah, that's you missed the sarcasm there. Yes. It's fun to be on the Bethesda hate train. And I love what people always say. Anything you criticize, it's like I always say. It's like tough love. You know, if there's somebody you love that you see them doing self-destructive behavior, you want to have an intervention. You want them to stop doing that behavior. It's the same with Bethesda. You love their games. You love what they do. I mean, I grew up playing their games. And it's self-destructive behavior that needs to be stopped. And that's all I'm going to say. So, long story short, anything that isn't going to be part of the basic cell, wall, ceilings, floor, the clutter, details, goes on its own layer. So, right now I have one for the gunner refs I have for those turrets. I've got one for the rad roaches, which we haven't gone and said hello to yet. And I've got a layer for mole rats in here someplace. Mole rat refs. So we're going to make a new layer. And I just name it for the cell. And we'll call it Red Scorpion Refs. And if I can spell, it's probably good. So we're going to go make that the active layer, because I want all the Red Scorpion things we're going to put into the cell to go on that layer. Game loop is near perfect, and glaring flaws are impossible. See, I've never played any of the Mass Effect games and never really had an interest in them, but I've heard people say that. And I've heard people say that they really seem to have gone down the route of Mass Effect with, like, the way the protagonist is voiced and some of the dialogue. I've seen a lot of comparisons, so it makes me think I should probably play it sometime. But yeah, it's like every step they take forward, they take like 3 steps back, and it's annoying and frustrating. And but that's why we love them, I guess. So we have our layer set up. Let's jump into the pack-in section. This is the easiest way to do what we're going to do here. So basically what I want to do, I want to have, at least I want to start with 4 rad scorpions. I think 4 is probably good, and if I think I need to add more, I will later. But for now, we're just going to do 4. I want them all to be ambush triggered. Stream has a stutter every 40 seconds. Might be your connection there, Invoker. I don't know what to tell you. It's not stuttering on my end here. I have it going. Maybe refresh your screen. I don't know. YouTube could be acting up again. I don't know. 3 steps back. Fallout 76 steps back. Exactly. So I want these all to be basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Ambushes, yes. Actually, let's pop over in the actor records here real quick. We'll take a look at the actor records. We'll just look for the scorpions. Now, you've got all these different rad scorpions, and I'm not going to go into the whole leveled, how the way leveled characters, leveled NPCs are created, because I'm still kind of wrapping my head around it myself. But essentially, you have these leveled rad scorpions, and they don't show. If you just drag them into a cell, they just show up as this M. And that's because the game kind of has this system that it determines which level. Again, depends on. And again, I'm not an expert, so I may be wrong in this. It depends on your character level. It depends on the level settings for the encounter zone. I won't say every cell has an encounter zone, but every cell should have an encounter zone, which determines. Take a look at the Tories here. The minimum level and the maximum level. This kind of determines what level enemies the game will throw at you when you get into that cell. And there's some other options here, like never resets. For my player homes, I always set the never reset so that the cells, they don't reset, because you don't want to put your stuff into a container and then come back 30 days later and find it's all gone. So never reset. And this is if you're doing a workshop cell, which I will never do. You want to set this to be a workshop. Disable combat boundaries is something that I'm going to do in this mod. That way enemies will chase you between cells. So if you think you're going to run away from one and go into the other, well, guess what? They're going to follow you. Works really well, but it has to be activated on both cells, I found out. If you're transitioning from a vanilla cell to one of your own cells, and you only have this active on your own cell, the enemies from the vanilla cell will not follow you. At least that's been my testing. I've tested it out with the Raiders at Olivia into my cell that connects to that, and Ak and her gang never followed me, even though they were completely aggroed and shooting my ass to death. But I'm not going to go and change that. But this is fun. The CK Wiki has a whole page that goes over all the encounter zone stuff if you guys want more detail on it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. But it's very important if you're doing dungeons and cells like this that you kind of figure out the levels that you want the enemies to spawn at. And the CK Wiki is actually for Skyrim, but other than the workshop function here, the workshop option, it's basically exactly the same. The functionality is exactly the same, except for that goofy workshop tab. Hey, Whiskey Jack, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Also says, I made a joke mod called Straya that adds random miniature Yagwai attacks to simulate drop pairs. That sounds awesome. Yeah, Rad Scorpion Ambush. Yeah, the thing I wanted to do, I actually have another cell I intended to have Rad Scorpions in that one, and Mirelurks in this one, but I flip-flopped them because I thought the Rad Scorpions would be better for this one. With the tunneling behavior, which I absolutely hate. And there is a way you can disable that tunneling behavior on them, the mole rats, anything that tunnels. There's a keyword that you can apply, but I found out it actually kind of makes them less aggressive. There's a couple of mods on the Nexus that all it does is it applies a no tunneling keyword to the actor records. But I found that they don't know what to do. I've tested it with Rad Scorpions in the Glowing Sea, and they just kind of sit there and let you shoot them. because their AI is telling them to tunnel, but they can't tunnel, so they just kind of sit there like, I don't know what to do. And they're just easy targets. So as much as I hate the tunneling, I would recommend against using that unless you have better results than I did. I just thought that they just became just targets. It was like a shooting gallery. They did not work as intended. What am I doing here? What am I adding here? Hey, Deckard811, how you doing? Small summary. I'm working on this monster. Well, I won't call it a monster. It's a very large mod for my next mod project, and we're just going to add some NPCs into it. We've been just kind of chilling and bantering, and I did a little Navmeshing, but now we're actually going to go and add some NPCs and then do some in-game testing. You can add them. Yep, that's a good point that Invoker brings up. We are going to be doing that. Level actor tab, easy. You don't want easy. You want people work for their XP, not hand it out like candy like the game wants to do. Medium hard, very hard, or none. Yeah, you don't want none. Unless maybe that's scripted. Maybe you can script it, but I generally would want to pick one of those. And we will be setting up a boss for this too, I think. One of the gunners is going to be a boss. We'll show you how to set that up. Why is this telling me one or more references delete anyway? I don't have anything attached to this. What do you want? Hang on a minute. It's just a level that... Yeah, I don't know what you're telling me is that attached to this. Just delete anyway. A behemoth mole rat. Yes. Alright, so red scorpion ambushes. All we're going to do... You can do this... Oh, we don't... Do we have ambushes here for it? Maybe we don't. Maybe we have to do these manually. This would be a good thing to do. Because I don't believe there's a pack-in for Rad Roach, or Rad Scorpion ambushes. Well, that makes me sad. If you go up to the pack-ins, guys, are a godsend. And as much as we love to bash Bethesda and Fallout 4 and the Creation Kit, the Fallout 4 Creation Kit has a lot of cool shit in it that the older, like the GEC for New Vegas and 3 didn't have, like layers. Oh my god, I could never work without layers. And pack-ins. I don't know if the older GECs had pack-ins, but essentially what a pack-in is a collection of objects or functions that are basically, well, they're just packed into one thing. So, let's take a preview of this here. So we have this leveled Rad Roach ambush floor pack-in, and you literally just drag this into your cell. And everything is linked, everything has the proper keywords applied. You've got, the M is your leveled Rad Roach dude, that we just talked about. The little blue Rad Roach thingies, that's the ambush furniture. That's where they're actually going to appear from. And this blue box is the trigger box, which actually activates them when the player walks into it. And these blue box-looking things are patrol markers. And I don't know that you actually need the patrol markers with the ambushes. I see some cells have them and some cells don't. I tend to use them if I'm doing this from scratch just because the pack-ins all have them. But I don't know that they're actually required. But I just kind of mimic what Bethesda does, and because, you know, it just works. But you literally just drag one of these into the cell, and you just position things where you want them. Everything has the proper links, linked references. Trigger box has the script with the properties already set out. You just basically, it's literally just plug and play. You just have to figure out where you want things to go. And as like we were just talking about, you can go into that NPC, the reference for the NPC for the enemy, and select the layer, the level that you want them to show up at. But since we don't have a pack-in for Rad Roaches, I keep saying Rad Roaches, Rad Scorpions, we're going to do it from scratch. And we're just going to go with just vanilla ones here. I'm not going to do... There's only a couple custom factions and NPC sets that I'm going to do for this. I'm trying to keep it as vanilla as possible to keep things compatible. So we're just going to start off with find leveled ambush Red Scorpion. Bang. So we're going to drop him there. Now this isn't the actual place where he's going to spawn. We'll get to that in a minute. Now we're going to make him... Let's make him hard. Make him a little more challenging. And depending on which level you choose, the color is going to change. So easy button, he's almost kind of that light green. Medium, they turn yellow. And hard, let's see, very hard should be more red. Yeah. Different shades of red. We'll make him hard. Okay, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Joel, don't you dare quote me on that. I know how you love to quote me with things like that. This is a clean stream. Get your mind out of the gutter, guys. It's right next to mine, and there's not enough room there. So we have our markers. So then there's three other elements we're going to need. We're going to need the ambush furniture. We're going to need the trigger. And we're going to need the patrol marker. And I need to get my cheat sheet handy here. I actually have a cheat sheet that I have a lot of cheat sheets. And when I need to go reference something, research something, I'll go into vanilla cells and copy references and make notes. And I have all these references here, these notes for what triggers to use, what the ambush markers are, so that I can just come in here and copy paste these into the filter thing and find them easily. I do the same thing with actual cells. If I'm going through and looking for items I want to use, I'll go in and I'll copy and paste the name of that item into my little sheet here. So it's like, oh yeah, what was the name of that archway that they used in the railroad escape tunnel? Oh, it was one of these steam rock hall things. And you can search, copy those into the object window and find things that way. It's just one little thing I like to do, make things easier, so I don't have to keep going back into vanilla cells and looking for stuff. Sorry, Dogmeat already tweeted it out. That's okay. Brad's come up with the meme for the stream. Dogmeat already tweeted it out. So let's go and grab. I'm gonna grab this default trigger. And if you go to the activators, another thing I'm finding out working on this project, I'm finding all kinds of cool stuff on this project actually. Activators have a whole. There's a whole bunch of really cool default activators in here. And there's one I've been using that's default. Where is it here? There's one that unlocks doors. Default unlock door on trigger. If you have a door that you don't want an NPC to open, you lock that door. Because I've had a problem in another cell where some of the enemies I had set up, they would patrol around, they walk past the door, and they would open it up, and I didn't want that. So what I was able to, without getting into any scripting or anything crazy, I basically locked the doors. I set a novice lock level on them, and then put this around the area of the door, so when the player, basically what happens, player enters the trigger, the door unlocks. You set the door that is locked up as a linked reference, and as soon as the player walks into that trigger, it unlocks the door. And it kind of worked around having the enemies unlock the door or open the doors and come out and say hello, because I didn't want that. So I didn't know that anything like that existed. No scripting. You literally just drag it in, set the trigger up where you want it, link it to your door, lock the door, bam, that's it. It was short, sweet, and it just works. But we're not going to use one of those. Actually, I think we will want to use one of those later. What I want right now is this, the activate self trigger. So we're going to set that up. I'll set this up right here. Do I have... Okay, yep, I got that active. So there's our trigger box. We'll get this set up first. And we want to make sure that it covers everywhere the player is going to walk through here. They don't have to be very wide. So we'll set this one up, we'll go and test it, and then we'll do the other ones. I'm really surprised there's no red scorpion pack-ins for this either. I might want to put a collision marker back over here to prevent people from getting stuck. Because I can see somebody going back here and getting stuck. So let me switch my layers here. I'm going to actually add a collision marker here. Let's do that. You come up C for a collision plane. For this flat one here, the little box is a cube, and you get this. And this is basically, it will be an invisible wall for the player. And we're just going to set that up right back here so that nobody gets stuck back there. Your companions don't teleport back there and get stuck. You should be fine. Oh. And I've actually done that too over here. I was taking a look at some vanilla cells, like the mole rat tunnel near the red rocket has a lot of uneven stuff, and I noticed that they kind of made these little ramps out of the collision cubes. So I did some of that stuff here. Things I thought that either the player or an NPC might get stuck on. So I've got this locker that's kind of embedded in the rubble here. I just made a little ramp out of the collision marker, so you'll be able to actually walk up that. You won't get stuck on it. There's some other bits of debris here. I did the same thing too, and it just works. So we've got our. Let me actually go back to the other layer here. Where's my red scorpion? Here we go. So what we want to do is, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go select the red scorpion reference, and we need to set the activate parent of that trigger we just set up. So basically what happens is this guy will be under the ground. We haven't set up the collision marker yet. That's the last thing we're going to do, or the next thing rather. But until he gets activated, he's more than likely just going to sit there, unless there's another red scorpion that gets aggro. Then there's a chance that he might actually pop out and say hello. But we want him to pop up out of the ground when the player walks through this. So what we'll do is we'll just set that trigger as the activator parent. So now he should wake up and say hello when you walk through that. But we got to set him up with some ambush furniture first, because this will determine where he actually pops up out of the ground. And since it's furniture, I can't type. Whoops. Okay, red scorpion, ambush red scorpion. Just drag that in. Actually, let me turn off these NPC, these comment markers here. Whoop! Wrong axis. There we go. So we'll put him... Yeah, see, this is actually where he... I think that's where he actually jumps out from. We'll just try this. I've never actually done red scorpion markers before, so we'll just kind of see how this works out. And then the last thing we want to do is I am going to use a patrol marker. I don't know if they make any difference, but Bethesda uses them, so I'm going to. I think they probably work just fine without them, because I have seen cells where they're not used, but we're just going to use it anyway. Oh. Where are we? We're lost. Completely unplayable. I want a refund on this game. Okay. So if I'm doing this right, we have to do two things here. We have to link one of the linked refs. We have to link him to the patrol marker. Again, I don't know if these are absolutely necessary, but we're going to do it anyway. And then we have to link him to the ambush furniture. And you can't just link it, you have to put the keyword, and I believe it's link ambush furniture. Yep, so you got the patrol marker. If you don't use the keyword, this just linking the ambush furniture will just replace the patrol marker. So you want to make sure you have the keyword matched up. Those are good. I don't think we want to... let's just go back to the... he's hard. I did it again. More fuel for the fire. Now, if you want a delay on this is where you can set this up. When you do the activate parent, let's say you have a situation where you want the player to walk past where the ambush is. You can set a delay. You can set the trigger up at like the beginning of the room, but you wait until they're actually in the room so you can set it. This is in seconds or fraction of seconds. So let's actually just make this a 1-0. Well, I'll make it a very, very slight delay so that you're actually a little bit closer to them. And that's it. That ambush and surprise. You need to come up with a mod for that, Joel, so that when you enter the trigger, it triggers a sound. Suppose you could. Confetti and party hats, so there you go. Alright, so I think before we do any more of these, let's go and test that out. And make sure I have everything set up right, because it's very possible I missed something. Because I am a stable genius today, after all. So, let's... I just saved that. Let me save it again. And we will hop over into the game and give that a shot. And I'm just going to COC in right from the main menu. I'm not going to do the Piper thing yet. We'll wait until we get all the NPCs in, and then we will we'll walk through with everybody and try things out. For now, I'm just going to COC in, God mode it, just like the game should be played. If I can remember the name of the damn cell. There we go. It's almost coffee time again, too. Alright, let me, just give me 1 second. I gotta switch windows here. Because things are covering up the chat window going, hey, Tana! Just saw you pop up there. Alright, so, yep. COCing into the cell brings you in to the game with a, whoop, darkness. Turn off the ENB. Unequipped, level 1 character. Just your standard old Nate. No inventory. Special skills are all at 1. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a good way to just test cells very quickly. We'll turn the ENB back on. I'm going to turn God mode on. And I have a bat file set up with some basic stuff. So we can give him some armor and some weapons. But since I turned God mode on, it doesn't really matter. Gives him a full set of combat armor, some weapons, some grenades, a little bit of junk. It's just basically for testing. Actually does give him some bobbleheads, so I can test bobblehead stands, mostly for my player home type stuff. But it comes in handy for multiple things. So we're gonna get rid of this little fella here. Yes, I saw your mod idea. Yep. I will not be doing settlements. I don't do settlements. Oh. Oh boy. They all got aggro. Look at that. I was not expecting that. And they tunneled too. Where'd you go? Yeah, see, if this was, if I didn't have God mode on, I'd beat that. I think I have these set up as medium and hard in here. So, because as I've said, this is going to be styled after World of Pain, so I don't want it to be a cakewalk, but I don't want it to be so grindy and challenging that you get frustrated. So let's, see, we got our collision here, so we can't walk through that. Alright, so everything's nice and quiet right now, so this is where we put our trigger box up. There he is. Oh boy. Yep. Oh, look at that. He's got a red skull. Oh, that's... Oh, nice. I forgot I had that there. I put one of those, Oh, he's crippled. Check it out. I crippled him. I put one of those exploding gas canisters there. And I crippled him. Let's do a test here. Let's, see if he will follow me down this way. What's he gonna do? Because I have these gas cans here. Nope. Come on, friend, get over here. I crippled him. Nice. I was hoping he'd tunnel. Come on. Explode. Explode, please. There we go. Alright, well, I'll finish him off. Well, that worked. Alright, cool. Yeah, I had one of those, I got a couple over here. Some of those exploding gas canisters. Yep, Tana, I saw the part about the vendors. Exploding gas canister, boom. I forgot that I had that. Hey, DGX, how you doing? Streaming at this time of day? Yeah, I'm sticking it to the man. Well, actually, the man kind of stuck it to me today. Yes, Tanner, there will be vendors. There will be vendors in part of this mod. I don't know what else you want to know. Yeah, they were doing some office work today, DJX. I had the option of, the power is going to be off for half the day, so I had the option of staying home for half the day and doing training and going in the afternoon, and I said, yeah, no, screw you guys, I'm staying home, so I took the day off. So we have this little guy here who just kind of roams around. Now there's a trigger box right inside the door here. Well, I'll tell you what, the light sources, this is the vanilla lighting, which, look how bright this is. This is with my ENB. I don't know how well that's going to translate into the stream. But this is vanilla lighting. It's just so damn bright. I can't stand vanilla. I don't know how anybody plays with vanilla lighting, honestly. So, yep, there's a trigger box there. There's an ambush marker for the little rad roach over here. And there should be two more in here. So we've got a fusion core. Yep, there's one there, and there's one that pops up out of the ground there. Oh, he's chewing on. Showing the progress. Doing a little bit of adding some enemies. Setting up some ambush markers and some rad scorpions. And some gunners. I've already gone through and added some mole rats in these lovely little rad roaches. But yeah, so this is kind of like an abandoned lab in here, and I've got weapons workbench over here, chem station over here. Actually, you can actually loot this stuff. All the things on there you can loot, and then there's beautiful little chem station. But getting back to the lighting sources, there's a couple of good resources on the CK Wiki, if you look at those. I'll tell you basically how to do it, but I actually have a lot of these light sources turned way, way down. If you're familiar with the lighting sources, how the light values are set up, I have most things are at like 0.1 or 0.2, and look how freaking bright it is in the vanilla lighting. It's just... I could go and probably tweak the ambient lighting some more, make it darker, but I don't want it to be too dark for people with EMBs. And I have actually, there's a little ambient light source in there that's turned way down. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see this guy at all. So the Red Scorpion works. Let's go add some more. Once I get the NPCs added, the only thing I left to do on this cell is add some entries to this terminal here. For right now, it's just empty. But there's going to be some journal entries on that I still have to write. But yeah, there's Dead Gunner here, which... we will come visit again later. So, yep, this is the cell. So I think what we'll do is we'll put a couple more red scorpions, maybe a couple over here, and then maybe one over this way. So this is what I was talking about earlier. I think that they should have no problem. I actually, let's turn this on here, widen this up a bit. I was a little concerned that this wasn't wide enough for the rat scorpions to pass through. So I actually kind of pushed these rock sources back and did a little bit of work. Oh yeah, there's a bit of water down here. It does. Let me turn God mode off. It will give you rads. Quite a few actually. Yep. So there's a little bit of water in there. We got some water down here too, DJX. Just a little stream, nothing major. Just a little bit. But this is another place where I put collision markers so people wouldn't get stuck on the rocks and everything. There's collision here so that you can't go down. You can't go past this, and it's just there to be pretty. It doesn't actually do anything. But all right, let me. Yeah, we're good. So let's quit out of the game. And hop back into a Lusty case. Actually, I'm going to take another quick break here and refresh my coffee. It's probably a good time to do that. Let's catch up on chat here real quick. Something fiddling with Skyrim files. But you can do certain things with, yep, you could probably do some stuff with the, letting in any files, but the problem with that is well, I guess I don't know if there's a problem. It's all a matter of preference. You get more control actually doing the light sources here. Turn the light markers back on, but yeah, like, show you guys what I'm talking about here. Okay, that one's a 0.3. That's probably one of the brightest lights in the cell. And that's because I wanted it to have a little bit of a glow. Not a glow, but just be able to light this area here. I suppose the search lights, or the spotlights rather. Whoop. Where are we here? I don't have music on. It's too quiet. Yeah, the spotlights are actually pretty bright. 0.8 for the spotlights because it's a spotlight. You want it to be bright. By default, I think those were like at 2.5 or 3 or some insanely blinding number. So I toned those way the hell down, but they're still ample to light the area. So, I was going to say something, but I can't remember what it was. So I'm just going to get more coffee. Give me a minute or two. Go get the microwave and the coffee going again, and we will be right back. Okay, I think we are back. Yeah, I definitely need a third monitor for doing CK streams with, because 2 just isn't enough. Let's see, Daisy. If you hold S when the light's selected, you can scale it up or down. Yeah, and you hit Control S, you can do the radius. I prefer actually plugging the numbers in manually because it gives me more control. But if I'm just dumping lights into a cell that I'm just to have lights in it, yeah, I'll play with the S. But I like the Control S. It kind of gives you an idea of how much the radius is. And I think is it L? Yeah, the L key will actually show you the light radius. Although it's annoying as hell when you have a lot of lights. It's hard to figure out what the hell radius is from what light. But if you hit Control S, nope, not Control S. Alt S. Alt S does the radius. Yes? Or is it Shift S? I always get confused. It's Alt S. And L to toggle that off. But I just like using the actual manual. It just gives me more control. I can get it exactly where I want it and play around with it. Yeah, if you have a lot of lights like this, it's annoying as hell, but it does give you an idea of where your coverage is. And it looks cool. Actually, it looks pretty cool. That looks like I don't know, looks like a rave or something. Bunch of people with their glow sticks. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go back and add some more scorpions. Let's see. I don't use that L thing very much just because I tend to like to just use the Mark I eyeball, as it's called. Okay. But it is there if you need it. Actually, if you go, I don't know if anybody knows this. It was something that I thought was pretty cool. Is if you go, when you install the CK, you go right into your game folder. And those little tips that you see, those little helpful hints that you see load up as you launch the CK, they're all in this text file here called editor tips. And all you got to do is open that up in Notepad or Notepad++ or anything, and all those things that show up are in this handy dandy little text file. There's a lot of keyboard shortcuts there, and they're all in one place. And if you want to play a practical joke on your friendly neighborhood modder, you can go and replace this with all kinds of wonderful things. So when they launch the CK, you can replace with, yeah, your mods all suck. They're all broken. But nobody would ever do that. But yeah, there's some cool stuff in there. There's a lot of cool stuff. So we have. Do I have? Yep, I've got the. So let's add a leveled red scorpion. And the nice thing, let's get back to the actor records here. I probably could make a pack in for this, but this is, right now, I think this is the only cell I'm going to put rad scorpions in. Yeah, Alt F4 to save, exactly. Listen to Sinopus. He knows. Yeah, Alt F4 will it's the auto mod making command. Nice thing about using the leveled red scorpion, or just for anyone actually, not just for red scorpions. Some templates is you can go and manually place legendaries if you so desire, but most of the level templates will actually have a legendary chance enabled. So as long as you have these active, you'll know that you're gonna randomly get legendaries. Of course, you can always just come over here and put them in, and it will draw from a special level legendary list, I believe. CK is very slow opening up actor records sometimes. Yeah, this says none, I think, because it already is legendary. And there's all these legendary templates it draws from. I'm still wrapping my head around the whole, how all the leveled actors get drawn. If you go down to character, no, level character. The level characters, all right, it's almost like a leveled list. And you have the different... In the ENC, I think means encounter. It's almost like a level list for your NPCs. And there's these different ones that it draws from, and every one, it's basically is a leveled list. This determines what level they're going to spawn at. And each one has their own, you know, the health stats, their combat stats and whatnot. And those are what get pulled in from the actual, the leveled list, or the leveled NPC here. I'm still wrapping my head around this. And I actually made a faction. I basically kind of just duplicated the Triggermen and turned them into ghoulified Minutemen, which we may go pay a visit to later. But yeah, it's yep, they adjust the level to the player exactly. Yep, but they're all drawn from that that leveled, or is it level character template? All drawn from this, and this determines what level everything spawns at and the chance and all that stuff. So still wrapping my head around it, but it's not that hard to figure out once you get into it. So we're going to add another Rad Scorpion here. We'll do another ambush. Now if you just want to have a Rad Scorpion just kicking around, you can just drag the leveled Rad Scorpion in. He'll just set patrol markers for him and he'll be happy. That's what I did for the for this mole rat down here. He's not an ambush. He will just patrol between these 3 markers. He doesn't have an ambush trigger or anything. What am I get open here? Do I have... Oh, am I getting the weird thing? I may actually have to... let's refresh the cell. I'm getting some weirdness here. My black planes and stuff are showing up kind of wonky. No, I may actually have to restart this. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of wonkiness here. Sometimes... I've had this open, I'm doing a lot and go back and forth between the game. Like it's showing me, if you guys can see this, it's like all my black planes. Oh. Now see, that's still weird. Yeah. Patrol options yet? Yeah, actually we're going to do that when we get into doing some gunners. We'll get into using, I'm going to use the default master packages. Because those are pretty cool, but they don't apply to every NPC, so... let's see... So we have our leveled ambush. Yeah, I may actually have to restart this. This is... Every once in a while I get this weird thing where things just... I don't have any of my layers enabled, but I still get like I'm in the middle of a trigger box or something. I don't know. Could be because I'm streaming too. There's more system resources going for that. But I have the computer of the gods, so it shouldn't matter. Okay, so we got that. He's on that layer. We need a trigger box. Let's go back to activators. Drop that in. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to restart the CK here. It's doing that weird thing that it tends to do. Actually, let's... So that you get them from both sides. Let's knock it over this way. So that when you come from the back... Hey, Gabe Does Life, how you doing? I appreciate it, man. Well, thanks for stopping in. If you can't stay, definitely appreciate you stopping and saying hello. Good to see you. It's coming along very, very slowly. So, essentially, if it just covers this whole wing here, I'm happy. We'll bring it out a little bit more here. And bring it out to kind of cover, so that when you come in this way... So let's say you go around the other way first. You hit this trigger box, you'll come in. Of course, you know, I'm going to completely redo this before the mod releases, so everything I'm showing you guys is going to be completely different. Because then you guys are going to know how to defeat everything. And let's get the ambush furniture. We'll go back to furniture. Oh. And And ambush Red Scorpion. And we'll put you there. Okay, we'll get this linked up and then I'm going to go back and relaunch the CK. Kind of get rid of this funkiness. Okay, so let us set him up. We'll make him medium. Go easy on everybody. And deactivate parent. Let's go get our trigger. We're not going to put a delay on that one. And the linked ref. Let's do the patrol marker. Again, I don't know that patrol markers are necessary for ambushes, but we're going to do them anyway. And link ambush furniture. And that should be it. We should have another type of little red scorpion there. Let's save. I'm just going to go in... I'm actually going to quit this. And do something that I definitely recommend you guys do. You may or may not know that every time you save the CK, this little backup folder here, it will go and save, I think it's the last 10 files. So every time you save, it makes a backup. And it saves 10 backups for each ESP that you're working on. So these are the last 10 saves I did, the last 10 backups. But I don't rely on those. I always, after I'm working for a while, I will kick out of the CK. I'll come down to my actual ESP here, and I will make a copy and paste into a separate folder. That way I always have more than one backup to fall back to. I have all these here, and I just number them just the way I do it. I don't like relying on just the CK backups. So this is 324. So I now have 324 backups of this. Oops, caps lock are on. Every 100 I've been been archiving them, so we go back to the very first one was only 18K. And now we are we're pushing 3 megs on this, on just the plugin. But yeah, I it's nice that the CK backs that stuff up, but I always do my own backups, exactly. You can never have too many backups. So we'll go back and launch this up. Then we'll jump in, we'll do the last, we'll do the other two. Let's just do all of them at once. Go test the Red Scorpions, and we'll go play with the Gunners. Gunners are going to be a little bit more. The Red Scorpions are easy. If you want to set up, ambushes and markers like that. Red Scorpions, Mole Rats, Red Roaches are all pretty easy. When you get into people, and then you get into like dealing with their AI packages and whatnot. Am I streaming tonight? No, that's why I'm streaming now. I'm gonna probably have other plans tonight, so that's why I'm streaming now. Wasn't in the mood to play a game at 10 o'clock in the morning, so. And I had the day off. I really wanted to work on the mod, and I figured, why not just work on the mod and stream? Kill 2 stones with 1 bird. I'm tempted to stream over the weekend if I have time, but I don't know if I'm going to have time, so this might be all you get. I do need to finish the Outer Worlds, though. I really, really need to finish that, because we still have a lot to go in that, so I may have to set aside some time for some midweek streams to try and move that along. I wanted to finish it last month, but it just didn't happen. And the spinning blue wheel while the mod loads back up. Half a bird because you missed the bite-sized Snickers. Alright. There you go. And we are back in. Okay, so we'll go back to recent cells. Go back and turn all those layers off again because they're going to be reactivated. There. It was probably time for me to quit and reload anyway. Do a backup. Alright, so let's turn off all these layers I don't want. The black planes. Let's see. Effects, light boxes, audio markers, NPC triggers. I think everything else can stay. Oh, we can get rid of the companion idle and comment markers. We'll get rid of those too. All right. So we have one. Let's do 2 more. Trying to figure out where I want these to. Another thing I'm having a challenge with is the notion that initially you're probably going to be coming from one direction and coming through this, but as you progress through the mod and spend more time, you're probably going to be coming back the other direction. So I want things to be interesting and challenging no matter which way you show up. So I'm trying to decide where I want the actual triggers in that to be here. Let's put one here. Let's go back to, actually, since we're in furniture, let's do that first. Red Scorpion Ambush. Oh, I gotta activate my Red Scorpion layer here. Moira theme script discourage. Oh, are you doing like the themes for the player homes? Well, the easiest way to do something like that would probably be to put all the stuff on a layer and parent it to an enable marker, and then just have your script enable or disable the enable marker. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Parent everything to an enable marker, and you only have one reference to worry about turning on and off. I don't know that it matters which direction he goes. Let's put him over here. Put him right there. And then let's get back to the actor records. There's ambush. Leveled red. Scorpion ambush. Alright, him. We'll bump his level up a little bit here. Let's make him very hard. Make him nice and evil red. Evil. Oh, I don't have... I must have cleared my clipboard here. Let's put our activate trigger back in. We'll add that. Let's see. Activators. This. There. Actually, move him back here. Hang on a second. Let's put that there. Bring the trigger up this way so that it covers you. We'll make this one kind of big here. So if you're coming from this way, hit it coming through here. If you're coming from that way, hit it there. If you're coming from behind, you'll hit it back here. Make sure that it's over here. I don't want it too far back there. Go up. That's good for now. I think what I might do is use the same trigger for the other Scorpion and just put a delay on it. Let's try that. Have one trigger for both of them. Actually, let's do the one first, then we'll just duplicate everything. Let's see. Oh, patrol marker. That's what I'm looking for. So I don't know how much of the gunners. We'll get a couple gunners in, at least one or two, and then see what time it is. I may have to. I may not have time to do all the ones that I wanted to do. Because I'm getting hungry. I'm going to need lunch at some point. Okay, so we'll just put the patrol marker. It doesn't really matter where it goes. So let's trigger, set up the activator here. Activate parent. we will not put a delay on that. I'm not going to put a delay on either of these. Okay, linked ref. Whoop. Moving my windows. And link ambush furniture. Okay, there's that one. Is it important for more he shows as far as the ambush marker you're talking about? It kind of is. This is where he's actually going to burst up through the ground. And I think this is where the he actually spawns. If you look below, there's actually another red scorpion outline there. But I think this is actually where he would come up through the ground. If you're talking about where it's important, where the actual leveled marker goes, no. Because if it's linked to the ambush furniture, it's gonna spawn wherever the furniture tells it to spawn. If it's not tied to an ambush marker, it'll probably spawn close to where he is, or on one of the patrol markers if you have patrol markers linked. Adding patrol markers is probably a better move because it kind of gives them something to do rather than just kind of stand around. I don't know what their sandbox AI is like for the creatures. It's the first time I've done anything with red scorpions. I've never touched them before. Same thing with the mole rats and the rad roaches. I've never touched them before a couple nights ago. So I hope that answers what you're asking. If that's in fact what you were asking. So we'll do this one here. Yeah, like with the when we do the gunners, there's no ambush markers, I don't think, because they don't leap out from under things. So I don't think that there's actually ambush markers for human NPCs. I never actually thought about it, because they're usually in a cell doing their thing. But you can have them set to use things like furniture. One of the things I kind of want to do, there's actually a keyword you can use to have them sleep in a bed at specific times of the day. Like there's one where they'll sleep during the day hours, and then one where they'll sleep during the night hours. So if you get into the cell, and they're in the bed, there's chances are that they're linked to that bed and have the keyword to use it. Make sure your Navmesh is okay with your ambush. That's why we test. But yeah, the cell's all nav-meshed. I ran through with Pipper and dog meat. It's the first thing we did, is I actually had to do a little bit of nav-meshing for something I added today. Oh, red scorpion. But yeah, the cell's already nav-meshed, and that should be fine. Red scorpion. And let's see. Leveled ambush red scorpion. Him will make medium. Actually, what was this one? That one over there was medium. This one was very hard. We'll make this one hard. And I'm not going to comment on that anymore. Let's set up the activate parent for this. Right to that same... This one I'm going to put a little bit of a delay on. Let's put a 0.15 delay on that and see how that works. Just because we can. And get the ambush furniture. I'm kind of really getting into... I'm really enjoying setting all this stuff up, because I've never done it before. And it's been really fun going in and poking around different vanilla cells and just seeing how things are set up. And it's pretty cool. But yeah, going and looking at the vanilla cells and seeing how this kind of thing is set up is the best way to learn how to do this stuff. And just take notes. Because a lot of this stuff there's no documentation for, or the documentation that's there is really vague, or it's for Skyrim and doesn't 100% apply. Alright, so we have that set up to that. But this kind of thing is almost identical to what you would do in Skyrim. So if there's tutorials or CK Wiki entries, it's not going to be very much difference. Other than you'll have you'll have bandits instead of raiders, pretty much. Bush furniture. Okay, so we should be good for that. So we have a total of 4 rad scorpions. I think that's good for now. We have triggered there. So if you come in from this way, you'll hit them there. Actually, let's put a delay on this one too. Let's put a little bit more of a delay on this one. We'll do this 1.152 just to see what... Actually, let's just do 0.2. Make one longer than the other by a little bit, just to see how things work. Okay. So, we have 1, 2, 3... He's linked. Let's just double check everything is linked here. He's linked to the ambush furniture, patrol marker, the ambush furniture and patrol marker, and the... Oh, activate. Yep, I think we're good. Let's double check this one over here. Trigger. We won't put a delay on that one. All right, cool. Then let's hop into the game. We'll COC in again, and we'll give that a whirl. Then I have to hop back over and unhide my chat window again. Just give me 1 second while the game does its thing. Oh, I just saw my window is all... Give me 1 second here, guys. I just saw Brad's comment about using Heather Kasdan. I'm actually very well into planning a mod list for the next playthrough. I've been wanting to start a new character for a very long time. That's why I kind of want to get the Sebastian character, the livestream character, wrapped up. Just plow through and do the main quest and wrap him up. Because I have an idea for another character, and I've been debating about using Heather for that. Because she's an awesome companion mod. How was my week? Well, it was pretty good. Especially when I found out that I was going to have the opportunity to have today off. Hey, John Wick's back. Yeah, we are still plugging away. Maybe another hour, I think we'll be on. We're going to go in and test the red scorpions we just got set up. Oh, what the hell's the name of the cell? Yeah, I'm starting to get brain dead here because I'm getting hungry, so... let's see. Access... I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Okay, so let's go. We'll put God mode on because it'd be really embarrassing to die in a level 1 character against these high-end rad scorpions. Run my bat file. And we'll equip the sniper rifle. Yeah, basically I have, for weapons, I have a laser rifle and a combat rifle and some grenades. And because you know how the game just generates randomly what mods weapons spawn with. I never know what wonderful toys I'm going to end up with. But this should be adequate. Get rid of you. That other one got aggroed. Let's see if he comes out. Oh, yes he did. How about that? Look at you. So I have another one that's just set up down there that's just patrols, like that one, like this first one we encountered. The other two are in their, there's 2 more in there. Their ambush furniture there. So, we're not going to go down there. We're going to go test this one out first. There he is. There's the Fallout 3 combat music kicking in. Oh, he tunneled. Where are you going, friend? Oh, hello. Will you follow me across the bridge? Probably not. Maybe you will. Yep. There he is. Nice. He magically teleported under the water. Alright, let's go activate these two while we're at it. There's the one, there's the other. Okay. So let's go down this way. We'll activate this one from over here. There's the one. And there's the other one. Oh! Where did you come from? Oh, they teleported. They're... Alright. Nice. Oh, there we go. There's the explosion. Red Scorpion Hunter. Let's see if they'll follow me over here. Oh, yeah. Oh. Good thing I got God mode on. Oh, look at these bad boys. Whoa. I'm stuck. Look at this. This is perfect. Exactly what I wanted to happen. Now let's go trigger this one. There we go. Let's light them up. Oh, this is perfect. Nice. They're relentless. Try energy weapons. Alright, I just happen to have this bad boy. Wow. Yeah, that's not doing anything to him. Switch back. Whoop. I don't have any... I'm hitting my favorite keys. The other thing I'm going to start doing, and I've been playing around with it, is I'm replacing the laser rifle and the laser pistol sounds in Fallout 4 with the ones from Fallout 3, because whoever thought a laser weapon should sound like a trumpet is an idiot. So I've actually been playing around with it, and it's perfect. It sounds awesome. So the next Let's Play episode I actually get to record, laser weapons that my player uses will now have the old school sounds attached to them. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to come off of there. Yeah, I'd be really dead if it wasn't for this. This is going to be interesting when come in here with Piper and dog meat. Is that it? No. Alright, where are you guys? Now let's just finish them off. Yeah, I'm also just level 1 character too, so... Oh yeah, this actually is a radiation hazard here, but since I have God mode on, it's so we got one more. Wow, this is awesome. So where's this other one now? So we have 1, 2. Is that all? 1, 2. Oh, maybe that's all of them. Oh, where'd the other corpse despawn already? Hmm. Spiffy Scotcher may have made up a Fallout 4 using Fallout 3 energy sounds. If that's true, then I didn't see it, because I actually was looking for that. Maybe they despawned already. Yeah, I'm not... Did I get them all? I kind of lost count there. Because I only see the 2 corpses. Huh. Oh yeah, let me turn God mode off here. Tell you know, I keep saying DJX, this is modeled after A World of Pain, and it's called A World of Pain for a reason. Although I wouldn't even think of it comparing this to that. But yeah, there's some rads right here. I'd take another look at that, Sinopus. Thanks for mentioning that, because I, Oh, the collision on this is really wonky. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that. That is a movable static, and it's just working right now. I'm gonna have to probably fix Havoc Subtle on that. Did I get them all? Because I only see 2 corpses. Huh. All right. Well, I'm gonna call that a success. We'll figure it out later. All right. I think that works. I don't have anything. They all came out of the ground like they were supposed to. So let's jump out of the game, and we'll hop back into the CK. Okay, so we have everything going there. Well, I think that kind of worked. I do want to go check this barrel here, though. Turn the markers off. Yeah, see how this is supposed to be planted into the ground? Let's just go and hit that Don't Havoc Subtle button. That should prevent that from happening. So if you ever place an object in... Oh my, I'm going to need more coffee here soon. Place an object into a cell. Actually, let's... And anything that's like this barrel is a movable static. Which means it has physics. I mean, you can actually run into it. It's not just a static object. It's going to sit there. If you turn on the Havoc collision... Yeah, see? There we go. That's what's going on. You turn on the Havoc simulation mode here, and you see how that popped right out of the ground? That's because the collision of the ground was reacting with the collision of the barrel, because it just works. So what we can do to prevent that is actually, let's refresh the cell. Actually, there's 2 things you can do, and hopefully this will... No, it didn't restore. Damn it. Alright. I may have to reload the cell then. Let's actually do that. See if that works. Maybe it won't work. What I'm going to say is that... yeah, actually it did. That reset. No, it didn't. Alright, we'll just do it. We'll do it manually then. I know there's probably a way to do it, but without having to reload the damn CK. What you want to do is basically place it where you want. Damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, okay, well, thanks for checking on that, Sinopus. Because, yeah, I was actually looking through the audio files the other day looking for something like that before I actually went and, Okay, let's do it this way. Before I went and did it myself. That's kind of why I did it myself, because I couldn't find anything. I just cannot stand those. All these years playing this game, I'm just sick of the damn trumpet sounds. So, what I was going to say is, you put an object with collision into the game like that, and it looks fine in the CK, but you get into the game, you find out it's doing what this one did. 2 things you can do. The first one I want to do is hit this Don't Havoc Subtle. That means it still has the physics. If you run into it, you'll knock it over, but it won't pop up out of the ground like it's been doing. These things should settle just fine. So like now when I turn on the Havoc collision or the Havoc simulation, it doesn't show up there. It doesn't pop up. Now if you have, like, say you have a quest item or just a key or something, like I always use the example of Hardware Town, the key to the boss trunk or whatever it is there, it's up on the desk. If you throw grenades around, that kind of gets thrown around. I don't know why they didn't do this, so that's why I did the little mod that I made. You can use this default disable Havoc on load. So if you have something with physics on it that you don't want to get blown to Kingdom Come when you chuck a grenade into a room, you basically just apply it. It's a vanilla script. You just open up the script tab here, filter for havoc, and it's default disable and havoc load. You apply that to that object, and it literally disables all the havoc physics on it, so it won't get blown to Kingdom Come. And if it's a quest item, people won't say, "Oh, I can't find the key" or whatever it is. All right, so it's probably time for me to get more coffee here. And then we'll go play with some gunners. Do a couple gunners, see how long, what time that brings us up to. I'm probably going to stream till around 1 o'clock or so. That was my plan, because I'm going to need to get lunch here very shortly. So, let me grab some more coffee. We'll come back and go say hello to some gunners. Switch back. Make sure I can see the things I need to see here. And alrighty. I'm probably gonna have to jump off again in a minute here. I had to make more coffee, so as soon as I hear the tea kettle go off, I'll have to go and address that and get another carafe of the French press going, because that's how I roll on my days off. The swanky coffee. None of the crap that I drink during the week that's quick and easy to make. I save the high test stuff for the weekends. Okay. So yeah, I will have to jump off here and get the fresh pot of coffee going. Alright, so this area back here, as we mentioned before, is gonna be gunner land. I've got the 2 turrets. 2 bubble turrets here already. And they're just standard leveled turret bubble gunner references. Ants from Nuclear World. Oh yeah, I'm going to be using ants. I'm going to be using rad rats. Yep. I'm not going to be using anything from Far Harbor, obviously, but I am going to be using the those 2 assets from Nuclear World. Yeah, I already have a couple cells planned out for the rad rats. Okay, so excuse me, I had to have some coffee because it's very important. Coffee is vitally important. Let me switch back over. I have a layer set up for my gunner refs, and just bring this back in here. So I have basically for all the different races in our little ecosystem here, I set up my own. I set up a separate layer for, so that I can activate, show, hide, or if I wanted to go, let's say I wanted to come through and test with disable the mole rats, I could go and disable all those references pretty easily on one layer. Because you can select everything on a layer with the batch action function, you can disable everything all at one time. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to put all the gunner refs on this gunner refs layer, which the 6 things I have here are basically all the turrets I have. I have 3 turrets. There's a tripod turret up in the hallway, which we saw earlier. Enable marker. I actually have the turrets currently. I may change this. The turrets are actually parented to this enable marker here, which is set to initially disabled. And the reason I did that is that if you were out here, and I may actually end up doing this with the gunners, if you're out here and you're fighting the rad scorpions, I don't want them to be aggro. I may change this, but initially I was actually going to have it where you come into the cell and the rad scorpions and the gunners are fighting, but I decided I'm going to save that for a couple other places I have in mind. So long story short, I may actually have the gunners initially disabled until you enter this area here. We're not going to do that now. The turrets are actually, this is the trigger, the enable trigger for the turrets. So you hit this trigger, it enables this marker, and since the turrets are parented to the marker, they become enabled. So basically this is the enable parent for those turrets. I just didn't want them aggroed if you were out here and you still had rad scorpions coming after you, which actually I can see that happening now. I may change that, I may not, but for now, just for testing, that's the way I'm going to set it up. At least for the turrets. We're just going to go add a couple gunners and then and see how that works. So we have the gunner layer. Where's my layers palette here now? Damn it, I'm losing things again. Just give me 1 second. I didn't close that, did I? I did. I closed my layers window. I did not want to do that. That was stupid. Okay, so let's... There's no pack-ins for gunners. At least I don't think so. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way, from scratch. Okay, yeah, you have... Oh! There's a level default gunner pack-in. What does this have? Whoop. So this has a level gunner, a patrol marker, and a package location primitive. Well, let's start off with this one. Let's start off with this one. Just drop him right in there. And then we can use this package location primitive. We'll kind of determine where their AI functions, because we're going to use some keywords for this. Does this have any keywords applied to it already? Yes, it does. This is what we were talking about earlier, and DGX may have alluded to it. But these DMP keywords, let's pop this open. DMP stands for Default Master Package, and there's a pretty good entry on the Skyrim CK that explains what it is. And short of it is, I'm still wrapping my head around it. It lets you tie into some basic AI functions without having to do any actual AI tweaking. And there's all these keywords here that you can apply to an NPC. So this one, combat hold position 128, he'll hold his combat position within this radius, and there's different ones here. Hold perverted position. Hold the perverted position. There should be another one here for... Yes, hold until engaged. So they'll stay in that position until they're actually engaged. So, and then we were talking earlier about sleeping ones here. There's sleep day, sleep night, suspicious patrol. You can have them do different things. So there's actually target practice standing marker, which I think there's actually like a target practice marker. And I think I'd have to look. Those might be used for those Brotherhood soldiers at the airport when they show up. The guys that are doing the target practice. Maybe that's what those are for. I haven't looked into any of this stuff. But long story short, we're going to be playing with some of these here. And just, like the sandbox. They'll just sandbox around this perimeter here. This is like the range of that function. So I kind of want to have a couple that are just sandboxing around doing random things. A couple that are on patrol markers, and maybe one that are sleeping. But I think we're just going to do this one basically. We're just going to leave this one vanilla right now, the way he is. And let's make this one, let's check the level actor. Let's make him medium. And this can be the primitive that we use for all the gunners that we're going to set up. We'll just use the same one here. Hey, Whiskey, how you doing? Yeah, this is it. You're looking at it. That's why I'm streaming now, because I'm not going to be able to stream tonight, so that's why I'm streaming now. Yeah, one stream per day. I think my brain and my voice would turn to mush if I tried to do. If I tried to do more than one stream. The old man just can't hack it. I'm actually going to leave this to cover this room, because I do plan on putting at least one into this little room over here. And I have this trailer set up back here. Let's make sure that this goes all the way down to the ground here. And I want to make sure that that covers everything here. And covers into this cave area. Yeah, we're good. Actually, yep, that's good. Alright, so we got... Whoop! I can't use the markers with the markers turned off. So he's there. I think we'll just have him sandbox on these two markers for now. But what we might be able to do is add a patrol. Because you can actually add more... Let's have him go out here. I think you can add more than... Let me just check my cheat sheet here. I was looking at some of the gunners from Vault 95, I think it was. Let's pull this here so you guys can see it. I went into Vault 95 and just looked at some of the gunners there and see what keywords they had. And it's essentially how I learned about what this DMP stuff was, because I had no idea. So you can actually have them... Oh, hang on a second. The water's going. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. But coffee is very important. So we have 7 minutes. 7 minutes while that sets. I actually need to grind more coffee too. I used the last time I ground coffee, so... Hey, Vic Whiplash, how you doing? So yeah, I was saying I'm really having a blast just going and looking at the vanilla references and seeing how all these things work, because I've never done any of this before. You don't really do a whole lot of this kind of thing making just player homes, so that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this mod, is to kind of learn some of these other game systems, and it's just blowing my mind all the different things you can do with just the vanilla stuff with no scripting. I'm trying to keep this as script light as I possibly can and just use what's already in the game, because there's a ton of stuff that I never even knew existed. I found things that I've been writing scripts for that I didn't need to write scripts for, and it's a real eye-opener. So where I was going with this is you can actually have you can have multiple keywords applied to an NPC reference. Like this level gunner here in Vault 95 has the sandbox, around his primitive location, the hold the perverted position, and the combat hold until engaged, and a patrol. So you can have multiple ones, and depending on what the AI situation is what they're going to actually do. So I think what we're going to want to do is, what does this one have applied to him already? I wanted to put the patrol one on him. Let's see what he has here. So he has hold position. Let's add the sandbox. So otherwise he's just going to stand there. And we want to... Oh, let me zoom out here. Let's find our primitive... Our package location primitive. We'll link him to that. And then if you come down to the keywords, if you just type DMP, or any keyword that you're looking for, basically if you just type the first few letters of it, it'll take you right down to it. And we're actually going to add, let's see, sandbox prim. Sandbox the primitive area, so he'll kind of walk around, do that. And then we're going to go and add another one. And we're going to do DMP. We're going to add a patrol. We're going to have him patrol with weapon out. So as he's sandboxing, he should patrol on those idle markers. I don't know that it matters that that's out. So let's increase the size of the sandboxes. I'm not sure if he will sandbox outside of that to the patrol marker or not. I just want to make sure that everything is where it should be, and that's good there. Let me just check the Navmesh on that. No, we should be good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So let's save that. Let's close this up. And let's add one more. Let me get the chat window back open here. Let me just catch up on chat here. See what you guys are talking about. Alright, so let's do one from scratch now. I honestly didn't realize that there was a pack-in for gunners. That's kind of cool. I'm going to assume there's a bunch for raiders, too. Let's check that. I've never actually looked for those. Raider clutter. Raider patrol pack. What does this have? Okay, that's basically just... Okay, it's a leveled raider with a couple patrol markers, so no biggie there. And these are... Oh, there's one here. Okay, this is the same thing as we just set up, except it's for a raider. It's a leveled raider with a sandbox primitive and a couple patrol markers. Cool. Alright, well, let's go back to our gunner friends here. And then we're going to add... We'll just use a level gunner. Actually, let's do a level gunner female. Let's try one of those. And let's make her... Let's make her the boss. We're going to make her hard. And I got to stop saying things like that because it's gonna... I can hear the snickers across the internet. We're going to put her there. Let's make her the level boss. And what we're going to do for that is come under the location ref type. Right-click, new. And then you're just basically going to add a boss keyword. Whoops, not booze, boss. So she is now the level boss. And they'll get this little red marker over the top. Yeah, NSFW, exactly. Let's have her kind of patrol around. Let's just have her sandbox. Let's not have her actually do anything. Actually, you know what? Let's have her be... Since she's the boss, she can kind of make her own hours, and she actually can sleep when she wants. Let's tie her to one of those beds. So I just want to make sure if I need any other keywords or anything. I don't think I do. So what we're going to do is just going to do a link ref to the bed. Nope, that's not the one I want. I want the boss. Let me hide this. I keep switching windows here. Yes, bite-sized Snickers across the internet. Bite-sized Snickers for everyone. We're going to select that bed, and I'm going to put... Let's have her sleep at night. What's that? Sleep night. Oh, give me 1 second. My coffee's going. Be right back. Alright, coffee. It's very, very important. I definitely need a fourth screen to tell me when the coffee's done, because that's more important than anything. Alright, so, and then I think what we'll do is we'll just do another sandbox primitive keyword on this. Link her to the package location. And come back down for DMP, and we'll just do the basic sandbox like we did on the other one. And sandbox primitive. So she should just sandbox around there. What we can do is before we come down and engage them, I can TFC in and can see what they're actually doing. Theoretically, she should sandbox around, maybe go over and use the cooking station, sit down on either the stools or the thing there. I think I have a couple other idle markers here. Hang on a second. I think I have a leaning one. Yeah. I've got a leaning one over here, so she should sandbox around and use some of that stuff. We can kind of peek in before we go and engage them. Let's just try those two for now. Leave it to a boss to be laying down on the job. Exactly. Exactly. Although I have to say, my boss works pretty damn hard. I have a boss that actually works for a living. Let's put it that way. Who's saying decaf? Permaban. Who's drinking decaf? Whiskey? Are you drinking decaf? Permaban. No, I can't. I don't mind decaf, but I prefer caffeinated. I almost feel like if I'm going to drink coffee, it's kind of pointless for me to drink decaf. In a pinch, though, I will drink decaf, and I've actually been known to mix the two. But given the choice, definitely caffeinated. All right, so let's go test this out. Let's jump back into the game here. Actually, I gotta... Gonna have to switch back and hunt the music. I really should set up a key on my Stream Deck to turn the music on and off. I'm gonna have to look into that. So I don't have to do it manually. Yeah, it's almost like mixing regular coffee, decaf. Some people might call that freebasing, but I'm not one of them. Let's see. We won't talk about that. Yeah, near coffee, exactly. Oh, coffee was definitely an acquired taste for me. I didn't like it when I first had it either. Neither was beer. I couldn't stand drinking beer when I first drank it. Ugh, like, how can people drink this crap? Don't say that now. Same thing with coffee. one thing to make you really want to start drinking coffee is to work the night shift. You get over not liking coffee very quickly. Okay. So, I'm going to be curious to see, once we activate our rad scorpions, if it aggroes those gunners at all. Oh, you can't... Either that... Nope. Oh! Yep, did aggro the other one. Cool, I was wondering if he would aggro or not. But the one that patrols down there, he's not an ambush one, he is set for a very, very wide aggro radius. So we can actually kind of walk through here. We won't activate these two until we hit there. I'm curious if this will aggro the gunners at all. They're relentless. Chew on that. Crippled that one. And he just tunneled behind me. I can go hide into my... Oh! Oh! Oh, he died. He must have, Oh! Check that out. I had another barrel over there. And he's crippled. Alright, cool. Yeah, I almost was tempted. I know they probably won't, but when I was talking earlier about the combat zones with the encounter, or the combat barriers with the encounter zones. So I'm curious if they would actually try and follow me into that other cell. So that doesn't seem to have aggroed the gunners. Now let's before we go through there, we are getting. Let's peek in on our friends and see what they're doing. Oh, SUC. I always screw this one up. SUCSM for the camera control. Okay, well there's the boss. She's hanging out at the bar. And what are you doing? You're not actually doing anything. We'll give them a minute. We'll check them out in a minute here. We'll kind of let them. So she's hanging out there. Let's see what else she does. Well, she went far. Yep, typical boss. Got up and went from one place to the other. You're not doing anything. We may have to go and fix you. I want you to walk around. Not that it matters, because you won't be able to see anything anyway, but I'll probably go back and tweak her at some point.
If I only had a bobby pin.
Oh, I don't have any bobby pins, and I don't have... So we're just gonna do this. Yeah, that's the one thing I forgot to put on this bat file, is bobby pins. Hey, if you can't cheat in your own mod, when can you cheat? Let's let the guns aggro. See if she decides she's going to do anything. Yep. Now see how they're taking cover? Automatically, you don't have to do anything for them to figure out where the cover is. Which was something I had been wondering. Let's see if they'll follow me. Let's see if they'll follow me down here. Now, the one that with the keyword set to the 128, the whole position, she should just stay right in that area. Yep, here's the boss. She's definitely following us. Let's get her to chase us. Let's see if we can lure her down here where this other rad scorpion is. Come on. Let's Let's introduce her to the Red Scorpion. Oh, he's going after... He's more interested in me, it looks like. No. She's more interested in me. Where's the Red Scorpion? I kind of wanted them to go after each other, but I guess that's not going to happen. Alright. Yeah, they're more interested in me, so that's fine. We'll go finish her off in a minute. Take care of this one. See if we can get her to follow us over, let's see if she follows us over here. I'm just curious if she will. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, she's relentless. No. Come on. Cool. Alright. Well, that's enough of that. Cool. Oh, you're still alive. Oh, you're still alive. Alright, well, let's go say hello to you then. I've forgotten all about you. Oh, there you are. Oh, we still have a turret. Are you going to stream Olivia? Your settlement does not need my help. Am I going to stream it? No. That's a Let's Play character, Tana. I just released an episode 2 days ago. Maybe you didn't see it yet. But she's exclusively going to be for video. And my other character, Sebastian, is exclusively for live streaming. Alright, cool. So they have all the loot there. And I may want to go and tweak her AI package a little bit more. Let's go drop another one in. Try a couple more combinations. And then we'll drop another one in, and then we'll come through with Piper and Dogmeat and see how everybody does with the Red Scorpions. And I won't use God mode. I don't know how many stim packs that character has, though. Let's... Just while I'm in the game here, I just want to see how many stim packs this has. I think one more gunner we can call our little experiment done. Let's see. I'd like to have 5 gunners total over there, but... Oh, 34? Yeah. We got plenty. Alright. Switch back to the CK. You ever going to do super long videos like an hour and 30 minutes? Now, why the hell would I want to do that? I don't hate myself that much. It takes me 3 to 4 hours. Let me explain something. Every hour of a video that you see me put YouTube, there's 4 hours at least of production time there. That doesn't include playing the game. The one I just posted 2 days ago is an hour and 18 minutes. So I'm sorry if you feel gypped for the 10 minutes, but no, I probably will never do it. Well, I would say I'll never do an hour and a half video. It has to warrant being an hour and a half. An hour and 20 minutes is roughly the longest I've ever done. Yeah, and the one yesterday Wednesday was hour and 18 minutes, so you'll just have to live without those extra 12 minutes. I'm sorry. Okay. So let's do one more. Mirelurk Queen. I've got another cell that has Mirelurks with a couple hunters in it. I don't know if I'm going to do any queens yet. I haven't decided. Whiskey. Yep. PC only. I don't do console mods. Don't have a console. Don't use consoles. Don't care about consoles. Hate to say it, but I don't care about consoles. I don't own... I take that back. I have an Atari 2600. That's the only console I have. And something like this would probably make a console choke. It's going to be a big mod. So, I mean, not just the ESP is already... I mean, 3 megs isn't that big, but I've got a lot of custom textures and meshes, and it's going to be very, very big. I don't think it would fit onto an Xbox, and since there's custom assets and scripting, it'd be a no-go for PS4 anyway. Yes, PC Master Race hype. Exactly. Alright, now if I was going to do a console, it would be for the Atari. I'd do an Atari port. Okay, so we got our boss. We got our mid-level one here. Now I'm going to actually... Let's take a look at her again real quick. You know, let's take away this hold position one. That might be what's interfering with her. I wanted her to patrol. Oh, you know what? Hang on a minute. I want to look at something here. Okay, the patrol markers are linked. Where is she? So she's linked to that. You got to make sure you get that these are. All right. I'm going to actually get rid of this hold position on her, and I'll put that on the next one. I want to see if we can get her to patrol there. So we'll get rid of that, and we'll add another. Let's see, add another level gunner. Does your safe house courier station accessible into these cells or near entrance to... Are you talking about the cells from this mod? They're not going to interact because I'm not going to make interdependencies. This is going to be completely standalone. The locations... let me look at the map here. I don't think so. Let me look and see where my external... Now, the only one that's going to be really close to, let's say, a courier station... is I do have an exit to the world, to the overworld near Diamond City. It's actually, if you know where Ellie's Armor Emporium, where that store is, I have a connection, an exterior connection near that, and that's the closest one to like the Diamond City courier station from the Courier Stations mod. Other than that, they're probably not going to be super close. But they're definitely not going to be connected to another. I'm not getting into that. Too much of a hassle. So let's... This one has automatic weapons. No, we're just going to stick with the level gunners. I don't want to get... character... You know, just for kicks, let's just drop one of these auto in here. We'll do that. Easy. Let's make him... We'll put him to hard as well. So we have 2 hards and a medium right now. She's hard. Hard. Okay. So then we'll drop down... a patrol marker. And this one I am going to add the hold position keyword to. I just need to get a patrol marker. Set up a couple patrol markers for him. Auto gunner. Link ref. Yes, more with the phrasing. Let's have him go... Yeah, here's another idle marker that I set up. I knew there was another one. The sitting by the fire warming your hands. Let's put you there. And we will link you to those. Actually, you're already linked to this one. So I just need to link this one. Hang on a minute. Did this one have... Okay, I guess I just linked that one without even paying attention. We're going to link that marker to this one. So theoretically, you will patrol back this way. And then we're going to parent you to the primitive. Yeah, no, I'm not going to add any add-ons. Nope. This mod's going to take me all year, Tana. I'm not adding anything more to it. What about people telling me things I should do? And the things that I have time to do and want to do far outweigh the things that I should do. Let's see. We are going to add... Let's do patrol weapon out for you. There's an easier way to do this? Yeah, by all means, let me know. Like I said, I'm still wrapping my brain around how all this stuff works. What are we going to do? We're going to have you hold position until engaged. Let's try that one. Easier way to add the keywords there? Or what are you talking about? Way to link the refs? Alright, cool. Yeah, by all means. Anything to enhance the workflow, because I'm going to be doing this for another 38 or so cells, so for the patrol. Yeah, by all means. I'm definitely interested in learning that stuff, because like I said, this is the first time I've done any of this stuff, so I would welcome any suggestions on how to make things more efficient, by all means. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm very much a noob with this whole stuff. This whole NPC thing. You don't need that many. I didn't think so, but like I said, I'm just mimicking what I've seen in the base game. But yeah, definitely hit me up with ways I can make things easier for myself. I'm all for that. All right, I'm gonna just drop into the game. First off, let's quit the music here, and let's switch sources. Get the game going here. Switch over to this. You're tracking your route in the overworld. The route to be roughly the same underground. Kind of. I actually have a graphic I can show you guys that kind of give you a rough guess. Yeah, the illustrator, the map I did doesn't really give you... That's just more for my personal reference, so I can keep track of what cells I've got done and how they're connected. But actually, I'm going to do that real quick, because if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. Let me just switch back to the desktop here. I do have a graphic I can show you guys, if I can find it. Kind of basically an overlay of the game map. That might give you a better idea of what we're going for here. Because it is a good question. Is this it? Yeah. All right. So basically, the first cell. Let me get some music going here. I hate talking with no music in my ear. Will it be quests with mod? No quests. Basically, if I do a quest, it's basically just going to go, find a key or something. But it's not a quest mod. It's basically just a dungeon crawler. That's all I want it to be. I do not have the interest, time, or... I have resources. I really don't have the interest or time to learn how to do quests. It's just not something that I want to get into right now. Basically just a dungeon crawler. Just places to explore, because I don't think Fallout 4 has enough places like that. Of cool places to go explore and meet and greet people. But I do want to have every location to have some sort of lore or backstory to it. Or at least most locations, maybe not every one. So essentially this is the Commonwealth. And the white lines are basically the rough tunnel network. And the red circles are more or less where there's going to be exterior entrances. Although this looks like this line over here just got messed up. So let me see if I can't click off of this. and onto the background. So essentially, where the cell we're working in right now, this is Lexington. It's kind of in between. I did a video a month or so ago on the USAF Olivia, which is up there. The joining cell is the Lexington tunnels, which there'll be 2 entrances to Lexington here. There's an entrance near Diamond City. There's an entrance over near Goodneighbor. There's one over at Boston Airport. This Hell Junction is actually over near Mass Bay Medical Center. The South Boston one is, and I'm trying to stay away from locations that other mods have used, or vanilla locations if I can, like where there's where there's any markers or NPCs or anything. I'm trying to stay away from those kind of things. This Hell Junction one is actually Mass Bay Medical Center. South Boston is, it's just a wilderness cell, but if you know where DB Technical High School is, if you head south from that, there's that red rocket that's right before the military checkpoint. There's an exit there. There's one in Hyde Park. One of the abandoned buildings there. West Roxbury is actually inside the West Roxbury subway station. I added a load door that's right next to the door that you enter the cell from. So you're literally able to just go outside. The utility station entrance is over by the GNN. I keep wanting to say GNR. Over by the GNN Plaza. There's railroad tracks here. There's a railroad overpass. And the door is inside of that. And then you come all the way down here into the glowing sea. And there's two entrances there. Which I'm probably going to end up moving at least one of those. Because it's a little too close to the Children of Adam's crater. So. And what cells are complete? Just these ones here. Those are all the cells that I have laid out right now. Like I explained earlier, the ones with the green are the ones that are most complete. The one with the blue is the one we're working on now. That one is, I just have to do the NPCs and some journal entries on a terminal. Everything that's yellow is basically just a cell. Ceiling, walls, floor, load doors, and that's it, nothing else. So, a lot of work to do yet. But that is the Reader's Digest version of where things are gonna fall into on the map. I'm not going to add cells to all the train stations because that's going to conflict with too many other mods. The only mods I'm really concerned about interaction with this is Subway Runner and Frost. Because I play Frost, I like Frost, even though I get bored with Frost, I still like playing it. So I want there to be compatibility with that. In Subway Runner, I know a lot of people use that, so I want there to be compatibility there. I haven't really been too concerned about with compatibility with other stuff. Okay. What are we doing here? Where's COCing in? I just want to go check out those gunners. Okay. That's what I want. Enclave Outpost is self from the mod. There's no Enclave anything in the vanilla game, other than, what's his name over in Far Harbor? Richter is his name? Ex-Enclave guy. GM. I'm probably just going to kill... use a console command to get rid of the rad scorpions. Just for expediency. Alright. I'm actually even selecting you. No, I'm not. I must be selecting fog or something. I can't actually... Ah, there he is. So we'll kill you. Where's your friend? Come on. I keep hitting fog or something here. I don't want to do a kill all because, or a KH. I don't want to kill the gunners yet. I can't select them. Oh well. Yeah, there's... I put too much fog in the cell. Ah, there we go. Alright. So, let's go say hello to the gunners here. Let's see. Can mouse wheels stuck between overlapping things? I did not know that. All this time, I never knew that. Thank you. I'll give that a shot next time. Because I always end up selecting the damn fog. I never knew that. See? That's why you guys are awesome. I always learn stuff. What am I doing here? TFC... So who we got here? So you're hanging out there. She's sandboxing the way she should. Sit her ass down again. Just like typical boss. You guys gonna do anything? Yeah, I just wanted to see how these guys showed up first, and then we're gonna load up with Dogmeat and Piper. Yeah, you're like you want a sandbox, but you're not. What are you doing? You're not really doing much of anything. Like he wants to. No, no power armor. The game already has too much power armor as it is. I will not be adding power armor. Game gives out power armor like candy. In fact, the next playthrough I do, I'm using a mod that essentially removes it. Yeah, you're just not doing anything, so... Alright. We're just gonna load up my save here with Piper and Dogmeat. And we'll go try this out. Okay, so there's those two. Hey, look, we got a Nuka Punch. Grab that. Timing on the patrol marker? Probably not. I probably just linked it up and didn't do that. Let's see. Actually, that's a good idea, DJX. Force him to patrol to that handwarming. I think I'm actually do that. Yeah, all this is probably going to change later anyway. I'm just doing this to get things set up. Where is that? But that is a damn good idea.
Can you see a damn thing?
Where's... Oh, you know what? I got to quit the game. It's that stupid thing because I killed that mole rat. And I didn't... The game still... Yeah. I got to quit the game and reload it. It's that stupid thing where you kill the enemy. And the, you reload the save and the enemy's gone. Oh yeah, there'll be power armor stations. Definitely power armor stations. I'm just not putting power armor into it at all. But there'll definitely be power armor stations. I'm not that mean. Not in every cell, though. There's only going to be a few. Yeah, we don't want that save. Most cells will have at least one workbench. I think I have power armor frames in one cell so far. And the next one I'm working on after this gets done will probably have a couple. But you really don't need more than one power armor station at a time. But not every cell's going to have them, that's for damn sure. Alright, this should work a little better now. Whoop! Nothing like giving your position away. Yeah, and thanks for that suggestion on the timing, Invoker Gray. Like I said, I'm total noob with the patrol markers and stuff. I'm definitely going to go... All of this is going to be fine-tweaked and tested and tuned, so...
You still there?
But
I barely see
thanks for that suggestion. I appreciate it. I'm just going to kind of breeze through here. We've already gone and said hello to the other little mole
Places
rats.
like this is how people end up someone else's dinner.
Oh, see, dinner. How about lunch? I'm hungry.
For you!
Oh, yeah, we aggroed that
What
one,
was
so
that?
he just tunneled. Whoa! Where'd you...
I wish it hadn't come to that.
All right. Now the true test. How do we do with the... Hey, Colin, how you doing? Yeah, I'm getting hungry. It's lunchtime. How you doing, Colin? Good to see you, man. All right, let's go aggro this one first. We'll go activate him. Where's the food at? Gotta make it.
Found him, maybe not.
Oh, hello. Let's do some vatsing here.
Still in one piece.
Okay. Let's go see what this one is down here. We'll go trigger all of these. Oh! Get him, Piper.
This is normal for other journalists.
Now, when when I did my test on my other cell, we were in USAF Olivia. She picked up ACAX minigun.
Probably have something you can use.
She picked up ACAX minigun. She still got it, but she's out of ammo. And I probably could spawn in some 5mm ammo, but we're just going to let her go as it is. The previous cell that has a bunch of friends in it, she used up all her ammo in that, so... Alright, so we got the... Did we do the one over here? Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
Hey! They're here!
Yes, they certainly are. Uh-oh. Oh, look at you tunneling behind me. Uh-oh, out of ammo. Uh-oh. Stim pack, please. And I'm on normal, too. This isn't even... Uh-oh. Okay.
We're not gonna stay smooth skins much longer if we don't get a move on.
Oh! Piper's down. Yeah, we'll let her recover. I'm not wasting my stim pack on you, Piper. Alright. So that all of them, huh? Did we get this one? Yeah, I guess we did. Alright, that's all over but the gunners. So yeah, there's another poor Minuteman over here.
I guess this place doesn't get a whole heck of a lot of foot
Can I
traffic.
get in here? No, this is
Won't be able to pick this.
expert. Okay. Oh, picking up those rads. Let's double check everybody's pathing over here too.
What a bunch of junk.
Oh, so here's that, you can't see it with the light, but this is where I showed you guys earlier that collision marker I put so that nobody gets stuck on the locker. And some of the other things over here. If I hadn't gone looking at that, that mole rat den cell, I probably never would have had that idea to do that, so. Always nice little things you can pick up from looking at the vanilla cells. Alright, so let's go see, before we go and engage them, what they're doing.
This place gives me the willies.
Where are you? Okay, there's two. Where's the... Oh, see, she's sleeping. She's sleeping. What time is it? 7:51 p.m. Well, she goes to bed early. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go back and tweak the patrol markers on that on these other two because they're just standing there. But I'm going to probably add another 2 or 3 anyway, so
Yes.
there'll be lots of tweaking to do. Oh, yeah, we don't want to forget the... let's just test this. See if it aggroes them. Oh, hurt dog meat. Oh, Doge. Oh, no. My Doge. Sorry, Doge, but it was for science. All for science. Let's, I do have that favorite here. Okay. Let's switch over to this.
Who's there? We were not alone.
Uh-oh. Oh, wow, I'm gonna die here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh.
God, I hope there's a bounty on you.
Good thing I got a lot of stim packs. Alright, I think I have grenade. Do I? I do. Oh. I think I may have Molotov dog meat. Oh! Here you are. No, I guess I did get you because you're on fire. Cool. Oh, yeah, I'm a hurting unit. But that's it. Everybody alright? Nope, dog meat's down. Alright, cool. Everybody's recovered? Cool. I'm gonna let Piper sandbox a little bit here, see what she does. She's probably going to sit down. If there's a toilet here, she'd use the toilet.
Not interested in visitors.
Because that's what she does. Yeah, she's gonna go and sit down. No, she's gonna go warm her hands. Alright, Piper, you surprised me. You didn't just sit down. Cool. Alright. You alright there, boy? Well, I'll tell you what, let's, we got these guys cleared out. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be, tweaking that. Yeah, every time I test a mod with her and I put a toilet into it that you can sit on, it's the first thing she goes to use. Every freaking time. Oh, I'm really low on shotgun shells here. Let's go say hi to the rad roaches. Let's go check them out again. Yeah, other NPCs will just go and sit down, but now Piper's got to go straight for the toilet. Oh, there you are running around.
I think we found a new frontier of foul.
Oh. Oh, you're a... Oh, legendary. You're nice and small. Look at you. Holy Christmas. Look at this one.
What was that?
Bolstering metal chest piece.
Ours now. Ugh. Looks like they ought to just torch this place
One
and
should...
start
Yep,
over.
there's that one.
Guess we showed them. There you are.
And there's
You
that
held your own there, Blue.
one. Alright, cool. That's it. Cell's cleared. Definitely well fed. It's corn. It's what is it? The corn fed. The organic. Let's take a quick look in here, and I think it's gonna be time for me to go and get lunch. Oh, yeah, I have like almost no lights in here. So this is just going to be this is called the workers' dorm, and this isn't. This is one of those cells. It's just a cell. But this is going to be basically where the people that were working on this excavation area would have slept. And it's basically just a bunch of little rooms here right now. I actually couldn't remember if I had any nav meshing in here or not. But, so that's all this is. This is all basically all the rest of the cells so far. They're just cells with nothing in them. Okay. And that is it. Yep. Everybody's happy. Everybody's dead.
How
all
do you
that good
find
stuff.
anything in here?
With this, these usually help. All right. Well, that was fun. Oh yeah, no, there's no nav mesh anywhere else in the cell. I was just wondering there about the load door at DJX. I couldn't remember if I had any nav mesh at the load door or not. They at least followed me inside, but they didn't follow me down below. All right, let's go back over here, and I think I need to go get some lunch. Let me just catch up on chat here. Well, that's cool, Tana. I told you a long time ago you should start your own Let's Play. Glad to see you're finally doing. And I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. But have fun with your Let's Play. You learn a lot about the game. You think you know. You think what's the best way to put this? You learn that you don't know as much about the game as you think you did doing a Let's Play. Let's put it that way. I'm discovering things in mine, the video series, locations I haven't found before, little those unmarked locations and things I never knew existed. Because you kind of pay attention a little bit more. But yeah, have fun with it, man. Well, I know some of you guys just got here, but I need to go get some lunch. Well, I appreciate it, Tana. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm distracted here. Yeah, I gotta get some food, guys. I've been going for over 3 hours now. I think we're gonna call it a day here. But yeah, thanks for everybody for hanging out. I know this was a really weird time to stream, weird thing to stream, but I'm just weird like that. Very rare that I'll get to stream during the week this time of day. But yeah, thanks for all the tips and tricks and DJX. Yeah, definitely hook me up with that info on the patrol markers and Invoker Gray for the suggestion on the timer. That's when I always see those timers set, and I never remember to do them. But thanks for all the suggestions. I'm definitely gonna go back, and I'm gonna completely redo this cell. Now that you guys have seen it, I'm gonna go back and rebuild it. It's gonna be completely different when the mod comes out. So I'll see you in like 2077 when this is all done. But hey, thanks for stopping in, Colin. You finally able to show up, and I'm done. I feel bad now. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out on this random, weird time to do a stream. I'm gonna try and get back to streaming Outer Worlds because I really want to finish that and then move on to other things. Like I mentioned, I do want to start another Fallout 4 Let's Play through. Live stream playthrough, but I want to finish up Sebastian first, and I can't do that until I do Outer Worlds, and I still want to get back to Fallout New California and yada yada yada. So I may try and do some Outer Worlds streams during next week, at least one, just to kind of progress that a little bit. All depends on the work thing, because work's just been all goofy, which is why I'm off today, because we have no power there. So do a railroad playthrough. Funny you should mention that, Tana. A new character that I'm planning is probably going to be a railroad playthrough. So, there you go. You asked for it. That's probably what it's going to be. It's going to be resurrecting an old character that I haven't played in a very long time, and she was a railroad. It was my one and only railroad playthrough, so that's probably what it's going to be. So, spoilers. But yeah, everybody, I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out, and all the kind words, support, tips, and tricks. Definitely appreciate it. Always learn something from you guys in these little sessions that we have. It's all a blast. And you guys have a great weekend. Great week. If I don't see you till next Friday, we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.